I am Abby, I'm TopKnot Stitcher. I just filmed my January update and now we're going to dive in for a WIP parade / WIP down. I was going to do this in early January, got sick, got the flu. Really just did not have the time or energy or interest in filming it any sooner, but now, 2020 is here. I want to stitch what I want. I want to make some progress on things. I would like to finish one of my big projects, but I don't know what that's going to be. I like stitching on a couple things at a time, magical stitches, enchanted stitching, challenges, 24 hours of cross stitch, all that stuff is too complicated, even though it's not. It really isn't if I just put in the tiniest amount of effort to figure it out. And I know that, but it's not working for this phase of my life. So I have discovered that having 2 to 4 projects at hand at a time works beautifully. So my goals today are to get through all of my WIPs, remember what's in here. I would like to set aside anything that is barely started or kitted but not started, and then I've got a few of these little totes. I want to have them separated into the things that are actually really started and in progress, and maybe that's where I can pick from first. And then the things that last year I did Mania and I started a million things, and a lot of them I haven't really touched since I put in 20 minutes to 2 hours of stitching on them that day. The radiator is whistling, so I apologize if you can hear that. It will stop very soon. Hopefully it's not very loud. We're just gonna jump in. Okay, here we go. Oh, so my goal is to get through everything, maybe possibly slightly sorting what is started versus not, and then also see if we want to eliminate anything. I feel like I'm not going to be very good at that, but here we are. Let's just jump right in. These are in no particular order because I just threw them all into bags a while back, and now we're going to look at them. There is going to be a lot of crinkling, so hang with me. First up, this is a really cute little Margaret Sherry pattern. I bought it's from a magazine, and I bought it off eBay. It is Sledding Cats. I don't have the cover photo of it, but this is the chart. Not that you could stitch it from this. Look how cute they are. And one's a giant orange tubber. One is a little gray tubber. That could be Kiki, except Kiki is very petite and tiny. Kiki is Jam's girlfriend. She lives in Tennessee with my evil twin, Ryan. But I love these Margaret Sherry cats. They're so fuzzy and adorable, and I just love how cute and wintry this one is. And I did actually start this one. I think this was a Mania start, and I've got some snow. Looks great. So that is a little bit more substantial than I thought it would have on it, but not much. I do really love this piece, and I do want to stitch it. Do you know what I also might do during this WIP parade is take out the DMC, the bobbinated DMC that I have with stuff, because for a while I was just keeping my bobbinated DMC in the projects because I didn't have all that many WIPs at a time, and now I do, and it's really annoying to look at my my DMC collection and know that I have a color because the sticker is missing from my little bobbin sticker set, whatever, but not actually have the color at hand because it's in a project. So I'm gonna just take out anything that is bobbinated. Okay. And that leaves this guy with some just, 3799 and other stuff and a blank bobbin. Blank ones always creep me out because what if that was supposed to have a sticker on it? Okay, so this is gonna go in the barely started pile. But I definitely want to stitch it and I want to keep it. So. Next up, we have something in, it's my Biltmore Christmas. I did not get that much done on it this year because I got into my my Spanta. What the heck is a Spanta? Christmas in Space postage stamp pattern cross stitch from Wild Violet Cross Stitch, and I stopped working on this, which I coincidentally bought while I was with Wild Violet Cross Stitch Ryan at the Biltmore. I love this piece. but I will be setting it aside for now so that I can stitch on other stuff. I wonder if I want to have a Christmas section, or do we not want to get that organized? I think we don't want to get that organized, but I want this in the like actually started situation. Oh, this one is almost finished. This is my primitive hair Halloween piece that I got at the Halloween retreat this past year. Oh, I love it so much. I just have a little bit of stuff down here to finish and the border, and then I need to, there's some like leaves and vines here, and I might add a little bit more because my border is in a slightly different position than it should be. But I super love this and I want to finish it. And also I want to find something else glorious to use with this crunchy October fabric. And I've got the finishing stuff from our class in there. And then I can find a new home for this pattern because it is not easy to find. Ooh, okay, so this is like priority stitching. I'm actually going to put priority stitching behind me and move the barely stitched to over there. And I have a lost needle minder. Okay. Next up, this is another Christmas piece. I did work on this year and I did not get very far. This is A Merry Christmas from the Scarlet House. I think it's actually Christmas in the Village. And I got a little bit of it done this year. It's maybe, I would say it's like halfway done, because there's another building and then there's all the Merry Christmas and some houses and stuff. But I am not a huge off-season stitcher, and I'm already working on my Spanta pattern. Space Santa Christmas postage stamps. That's also not it. So I think this is going to be just like, just put it with the Biltmore for now. I just filmed a WIP parade where I showed that or not a WIP parade, my January update where I showed I just got this little Snow White kit because I love Snow White. And I also got the giant Owl Forest giant cat. So those are both kitted things that I have not started. So that's goes with the barely started stuff. Let's just go for this. Let's maybe, if we empty one of these, then we can start filling it. That would be good. Got my StitchCon bag full of stuff. I think this is empty. Yes. I have in this bag my unstarted Ingleside Imaginarium Sal for 2020. So that I am going to start and we'll work on. So it's going to go in my current basket over there. In this, I have not started Fractor Flowers, but I have the chart. I have a piece of what I think is Heritage linen that I'm going to put it on, which is not a called for. And I'm not doing the called for colors. Instead, I picked out a different palette that I really, really quite enjoy. It's a little bit more blue and gray. Oh, good, I have Chesapeake. Let's see. It's a lot more like earth tone. I don't know. I like it. I think it looks good. I might mix it around, but I'm not gonna start it anytime soon. But it is at least like fully kitted with my conversion, my own conversion, and it's just gonna go over there. But I do want to stitch it. I do like that bird and that vase and the colors that I picked. This is an Owl Forest project. I don't know. I don't have the picture that goes with it, but it's a giant sampler, like giant sampler. Trying to see. I don't even remember what it's called, but it has a cat in it. Not a giant cat, just a little one. And I was like, oh no, I need it. And McKenna was like, yes, you do. It's called Sweet Home. I don't have the little tiny picture of it, but it's a giant house with a lady and a cat and a sewing machine and a bunch of little motifs, and it's just super cute. And I was like, yeah, I need that in my life. Am I ever gonna stitch it? I don't know, but oh, the colors are glorious. You can't really see them, but that is not started. Going over there. I bought this at Hobby Lobby when it was clearanced for $15. It's Mother of God. It's a full coverage. I have not started it. I've had it for like 2 years. I almost started it at Mania last year. But I do, it's a Thea Governor. I do like it and I'm keeping it, but I'm not starting it yet. This one, I actually want to kit up maybe when I go to the Arizona retreat, or maybe next month we're going to do a meetup at Needle in a Haystack. Maybe I bring it then and start pulling colors and things. But I saw Diana It Is Kismet show this chart. It's a sun and moon sampler. It's all in French. It's just super beautiful. And I loved it. Like, I love this chart. Giant samplers are not normally my thing, even though I did just get that giant cat sampler thing that I haven't started. But you know, the moon is my thing, and I just really love this. It's beautiful. It's pretty big. But I love it. I don't know what it says. It's in French. I could find out. I did get at StitchCon, I got Under the Sea Fabrics Beach Walk, which is this lovely, super pale, pinkish, tannish deliciousness. It's not showing up well on camera. I'm not going to take it out of its spot, but I think it will look perfect for that. I have not picked out any threads, and you know, I kind of maybe want to pick out fancy silk threads. I don't know, perhaps. So maybe I will take that with me to Arizona. Diana, are you coming to Arizona this year? Because then you could help me. I mean, anyone could help me, but so not started. This bag is all not started things. I want to add that caveat. Oh, here's another Owl Forest kit. This one is what I call City of Cats. I think it's actually like Cat Farm or something like that, but it's got cats. And it is covered in cats, which is why I really needed it. There's not a thumbnail, but ooh, cats. Cats everywhere. And again, like, it's just, their threads are so beautiful. They're over-dyed and they're just delicious. The fabric for the cats is this really nice kind of like, I want to say butterscotch pudding, and that's not at all what it is. Kind of like a gingerbread cookie. It's just so pretty. Haven't started it. I got a lot of these giant kits. What am I thinking? I don't know. And I don't care. Makes me happy. That's all that matters, right? I also have one more Owl Forest kit, which is the Villains series, the Queen of Hearts. I love her. Haven't started her. Okay. In this bag, I don't even think I'm going to pull them out. It's a whole bunch of little like Mill Hill and other like ornament size little things that I think I've mostly gotten off of freebie tables. And maybe I'll stitch them, maybe I won't, but let's not go through them right now. That seems like a good idea. A really good idea. I have a La-Di-Da Bochelana Peck. It's kitted up. I picked out different colors. My mom and I used to sing this to each other all the time because we're adorable. And I love La-Di-Da, so I want to keep that. This is another La-Di-Da. This one, Crinkle, Crinkle, Crinkle. This is really just a stash parade so far, so thanks for bearing with me. This is Cat and Dog, and I have picked out my oranges for the cat, obviously. And then I think I just pulled random, these are some little like Karen water lilies that are left over from some other project that I just threw in here because they looked like they could be appropriately colored. Maybe I should stitch this so that I can get rid of the chart because I won't stitch the dog part, but I can stitch the cat. Okay. I have 3 more things that are kitted. Ink Circles Forest Flower. I pulled similar looking threads to the front. I just really like that. I love myself a good geometric piece. I also have Plum Street Penny Autumn, and I have the colors, some of which are substitutes for that. I just think it's pretty. Throw it over there with the unstarted things. I have a couple things that are not fully kitted. They are partially kitted. Starting with Cookie Santa. This was sent to me by my love, Drew Weasley of Weasley Studios, because it's Santa and he's making cookies and I love cookies. I picked out this fabric and I didn't love it, so I still haven't started it and I still might change it. So I think we will go ahead and just take all of his DMC and just wait for him. Because I'm still not happy with this fabric. So we will find the right time for you, Santa. It's a Sue Hillis Cookie Santa classic Christmas thing. Sorry for all the rustling. Okay, and then I also, maybe when this, no, not when this came out, but I purchased a Lindy Stitches chart. I just have the black and white cover. This is the I Still Remember. It comes with a Walter cat that looks like Stephanie's cat, and then it also comes with, I don't know why it's suddenly like kind of dark in here. I hope you can see me okay. It comes with an orange cat conversion, and I got an orange cat. And so I do have this really lovely opalescent fabric picked out for it, but no threads, and have not started it, but I do want to start it. And I will. This is a secret project that I can't share. I also have Blackbird Midnight Watch, because you know me and cats. I do have some fabric picked out for it. I have a handful of colors that may or may not be called for. I'm sure that orange is my cat color, because you know I'll do an orange cat instead of black cat, but I do like it and I want to stitch it. Okay, that's the stash kitted up element of today's video. We will now move on to the WIP version, the WIP portion rather. I'm gonna just compile a couple things. Okay, let's do this. We got this. I'm so curious to see what all is in here. Oh, this one is almost done. I showed this in a recent video, I think. It's an Anne of Green Gables house. It's on this giant piece of fabric and I still just haven't trimmed it off. I don't know why. I need to just fill in the rest of the windows, and I want to chart out a different verse to put underneath it. This chart, I forget who it was by. It came with a really 80s looking garden underneath it and I was not impressed, so I'm gonna change it. And it's almost done, so let's prioritize it. Hold on. Was this the pile of things I want to work on? I already forgot. Oh yeah, almost done things. This I think might be an empty bag now. Nope. I don't think I have the actual chart in here, but this is a Blackbird snow garden. This is a tiny piece of it. You can maybe, yep, there it is. I don't know why my working copy isn't in here, but like, oh, I just picked out such pretty colors to go with it. It's so messy, but it's a barely started, so it will go with the barely started things. I feel like there's going to be a lot of those in our future. I have one of my very first projects when I got back into stitching a few years ago, which is a giant Harry Potter, but not that giant Harry Potter, not the one you're thinking of. Oh, it's not actually, I'll show you in a minute. This is just the thread and my chart. So hold on. Ooh, Ooh, this is not even started yet. These are 2 projects. Purchased and kitted up with and also gifted by a combination of all those things. My lovely Mitchie. She gave me Polly Wolly Doodle. I haven't started it yet, but I did at StitchCon buy all the things for it. So she and I bought some sparkly fabric to share. Maybe we didn't. Did we share it? I think we did. I thought we did. I could be making it up. We may have bought a bigger piece and split it, or we bought 2 similar pieces because we both stitched Zippity Doo Dah on an opalescent fabric. This is Opal Lugana Tarnished Silver by Under the Sea Fabrics. We kitted it up in the called for NPI silks. Beautiful. Oh, also, ooh, it's gonna look so good. And then also when we were browsing the trend show, saw this model stitched and fell in love with it, and then searched and searched and searched and finally found it. This little Squareology hands-on design and Jabco collaboration, and it's just super adorable. So I'm gonna add both of these things to the not started pile. Except maybe I'll take these to Arizona to start. Maybe. But they should be in the kitted up, but not started situation. Let's see what's next. I'm a little nervous. We haven't eliminated anything. Oh! This is my Quaker Gone Haunted. I love this piece so much. This was a market release last year from Michelle Inc. I am stitching it in all of the called for colors, but I got custom dyed for me this gorgeous fabric at Silk Weaver. I'm stitching it on a 46 count. It's like Autumn Fields, but I had them make it extra splotchy and saturated. It's not showing up super well in this, but oh my goodness, I love this so much. So much. Man, I want to work on this. I really want to work on this. So maybe I will. Maybe I won't. It's a big chart. And like McKenna's basically already done with hers, so what's even the point? I'm gonna put it there for like priority stitching. Oh, here's my giant Hogwarts. You aren't gonna be able to see much of it, but a little bit of it. It's full coverage. It's not a great pattern, but it's great enough, and Birdie likes it, and so every once in a while in Magical Stitches I would work on it and, you know, put in a few hundred here and there. This side is a lot of navy. There's the lake, there's a moon, there's the reflection of the moon. I like all those things, but it's just gigantic. So for a while I was considering just framing it as is. With the side, it's the boats going across the water, and then there's Hogwarts, and it's beautiful. But, you know, I'm in no rush. We'll see what happens. No rush at all. I have it sandwiched in between 2 homemade project bags. Because why not? Okay. That's gonna go with the stuff that is just not gonna get any attention for a while. Oh my goodness, I've worked on this for so long and not finished it. This is Good Intentions by Kathy Barrick. I did a color conversion courtesy of my sister, who provided jewel tones because I thought that would look super great. She does not have a head still, but she's so close to being done. I just need to finish her head and her hair. I'm gonna give her a top knot, obviously. I made the cat orange for jam, obviously. I just need to finish the border, finish the text, and then I think there's a little top border doodad. So that's not that far off. And I do love this piece, and I really love my colors. It's gonna go up here with the things that are almost done. Oh, is this my forest? It might be. It's in my foresty momely bag. and it's and a forest grew, and I'm not taking it out of the Q-snap like at all, although I should loosen it when I'm done here. I've stitched, I think, 2.5 pages of 8 pages of this pattern. I love it. I'm stitching it 1/1 on 25 count, so it does sometimes need to be put away for a little while, but I do super love it. I know I brought this to StitchCon with me. I really love this. I want to work on this. Plus it's monopolizing like a third of my DMC collection. So that would be nice to get back. Just add it there. Oh look, all my projects that I'll be working on soon are in gray and black project bags. How shocking. Okay, next up, this is Moondance Kathy Barrick. Oh my goodness, I love it so much. I am not using the called for colors, but I'm using similar colors. And I love this project with its weird little turkey peacocks, and it's got a giant heart, and it's got the moon. I'm all into it. I'm stitching it mostly in Victorian Motto, and then I'm using one Fiberlicious silk. Oh man, I love this. I want to work on it. It's just so fun and colorful. I'm gonna put it up there with Quaker Gone Hunted, of like big project that I have a decent amount stitched, but not anything to write home about. Oh man, I just love all of these projects. Oh, and I love this one. This is Mother Moon. Oh, I really want to stitch it. This is a Joan Elliott Mother Moon. I love the moon, obviously, and like this is not normally my style, but the moon sure is, and it's just beautiful. And this was gifted to me by Diana It Is Kismet. When she finished stitching it, she passed it on, and it's another one where it's monopolizing a lot of DMC. It's a very interesting color palette. I mean, it makes sense. I have a little card that she wrote when she sent it to me as my little thread keep. And I have an okay amount of this stitched. I am stitching it on, I'm sure it goes this way. I'm stitching it on 32 count petals by Picture This Plus. I'm doing it on a Lugana, and I just really love it. But I have not, I think that's like one color that I've started so far. Oh, okay, but I'm going to put her up with Quaker Gone Hunted as well. It's like big project, little bit stitched, really want to work on it. This is a little project with a little bit stitched. This is Witch Cat. Yes, absolutely. I did a color conversion, stitching it as an orange cat, obviously. I stitched Witch House on this same Orchid Lugana, and I also want to stitch Witch Inn, and if there are any other little witch ones in this series, I'm going to stitch them also on Purple Lugana. And the way that I stitched Witch Inn, this one's a little different because it's not as many colors and motifs and things, but when I stitched Witch Inn, Witch House, I did a couple called for, and then I just like used whatever colors I felt like, and like whatever colors were on the table near me, and whatever colors were on the freebie table at Stitch Shenanigans, and it just turned out super cute and fun and funky. And other than the cat, I might do that with the rest of this piece. We'll see. But I have just the cat stitched, so it's gonna go with the other, like, started, but sadly not a top priority. This is my Life After Death. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love this piece. I'm stitching my Life After Death on 40 count Bramble 1/2 with Gassed Storm Clouds and Bayberry, and I love it. I have not stitched on this in a long while, but I super love it, and I super want to stitch on it. Ugh. I was feeling really indecisive on how much of the Bayberry to use, which is like this part, obviously, this little leaf thing, this little bat, And part of me is like, should I just have done it all in storm clouds? Because I love storm clouds and it would have looked really cool. How much of the baby area do I want to use? It's on 40 count, so I'm not ripping anything out. Oh man, I don't know. That's probably why I put it down, was I was getting a little paralyzed with how I wanted to do it. But I love this. I want to stitch on it. I'm not getting rid of it. I'm going to put it with the other barely started, but really love things. It's more than a barely start, but there's not a lot there. Okay, there's only 2 things left in this bag. That one is a secret. Can't show yet, but I should work on it. This one I know is super small. Oh, and I have barely started it. I thought I had done a lot of this, and I have not. This is a little alphabet pumpkin. I think Diana is the one who sent this to me along with Mother Moon. In my head, I had almost finished this piece. In reality, I've done the K. I'm gonna give this up because I don't care enough to finish it. I know that I was using a leftover, brandy, which I think works quite well. It's charted to be stitched in original model, worked in sampler threads. What color? It's supposed to be stitched in pumpkin. Nope. Fragrant cloves. There it is. Sorry, they've got like 85 different colors listed for each one. Yeah, I'm not going to stitch this. I will bring it to the freebie table. We got our first thing to get rid of. Woo! Okay. Oh, and this bag has little scissors in it. Oh, that's handy. Okay. Okay, we finished that bag. Great job. Go us. I'm gonna just throw in the stuff that I'm definitely not touching for a while. And then let's go through this last bag, ideally before Bird gets home. Okay. Whew. Man, I just love all of these projects. Next up is my Salem Witch House by my evil twin, Ryan, Wild Violet Cross Stitch. I have this much of it done. This poor fabric has been abused. This is on a solo die by Silk Weaver that I picked up when I was there, and it was perfect for this. Ooh, I love it. I'm going to put this in the same pile as the Barbara Anna cat. Of like, little bit stitched, love it and want to stitch it. Not a huge focus yet. This is my Harry Potter bag from Jen Delicious Threads. Go check out her website, deliciousthreads.com. This is Cat Ghost. Ryan and I both started this in New Jersey. I haven't touched it in ages, but look at those little cat ghosts. Very haunted and very cool. Ooh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. It's my first ever Hardinger project, and I love it. And I haven't worked on it a bunch because I haven't pulled all of the called for colors. I have thrown in random other colors that I've purchased and thought would look cool with it. So it's gonna go with the barely started stuff. Although it could be with a Halloween pile. This is my bendy sleeve. This is one that my sister picked out and said she would hang it up if I made it for her, and I have really let her down. This is an Ink Circles fleur-de-lis. I don't have the cover photo in it, but it's gonna be real pretty, full of fleur-de-lis and stitched in amethyst gast, and I think this is putty. No, pearled barley. Love it. And I'm stitching it 2/2 on 36 count, which I don't stitch on 36 count very often, but in this case I really like it 2/2. Yeah, that's pretty. She picked out the colors, she picked out the chart. Least I could do is stitch it for her. And yet it's gonna go with the other barely started stuff. In New Jersey, I started several projects, including Alice's Mad Plant, which I'm putting on this awesome teal fabric, but like, that's my start. Yep. I picked out, I changed some of the colors, partly because of the fabric, partly just because what I had. Can you see? That's the back of it, so no, you can't see. I think that's all gonna look good. I want to stitch this, but it's gonna go on the barely started pile. Oh boy. Oh, Abby. Get it together. Also in New Jersey, oh, I didn't even start this one, but this is another bendy stitchy design. This is Love. I want to stitch this right now because it's Valentine's Day. But I decided I'm going to stitch mine in this Threadworks Autumn Orangey, and I'm putting it on this blue. So it's not very Valentine's Day, but it's very autumnal, and I just super love it because I love fall. Who doesn't? So maybe I'll do that. Like, start it soon. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I should put it in the other bag, but I don't want to. I want to stitch it. I have another barely started ink circles. I started this one, I think, for Stitch Mania. This is Piccalilli. It's a little pin cushion. I don't know. It's real little. It's like 50 by 50. And I picked up this random mystery silk thread on some freebie table, and I like hate it, but I also love it, if that makes sense. It's this really weird purple, brown, tan, yellow situation, and I just thought it was cool. And I still think it's cool. But I think it's definitely going to be a project that I'm not going to like want to stitch on, but I do want to stitch on it. I don't know. It's kind of a weird one, but I think I like it. Maybe. It's going to go with the barely started things. There's a lot of those. Oh, this is my skeleton mosaic by my girl Arlene, Works by ABC. I bought this at the first StitchCon. When I first met Arlene, I got her to sign it for me. I started it for Stitch Mania, and I have a really impressive start. Let me show you the chart in case you haven't all seen it and stitched it. Skeleton mosaic. It comes with a couple different texts for the middle. Be cheerful and live your life, or what is the other one? Something about food and the taste of death and enemies, and that's not it at all. But I pulled, I think it's charted for Gast, and I pulled out some Victorian motto equivalents, and I just super love that palette. Oh, it's gonna look so good. This is on Picture This Plus Dusk, and I love it, and it's going in the barely started pile. Another barely started pile, another Stitch Mania start. This is Olga by Plum Street. It's a cat. My mom's name is Olga. Like, what more could you possibly want? And here is my super impressive start. An X and a J. Nope, that's a C. X. Yeah. The alphabet is all jumbled. I don't know if I ever noticed that part. But it's got a cat, it's got pumpkins, it's cool. I'm stitching it 1/1 on 25 count, which I really like doing. This is just like it's bone Lugana. So barely started. Taking up random DMC and anchor, so it may or may not be called for. It's going in the barely started pile. Let me zip it the right way. Okay. Next, who's this? Oh, I love this one. This is the Sun and Moon by Owl Forest. Yes, love it. I am stitching it on this glorious fabric that I do not know what it is. I think I got it in a lot on Stash and Load or eBay or something a while back. I pulled mostly Victorian Motto colors. I am not taking them all out of the bag. There's also some color and cottons in here. Oh, it's gonna look so good on that. I can't even stand it. I really want to work on this like right now. That's what I have so far. The clouds at the top. I love it. I wish I knew what this fabric was. If you have any guesses, let me know. It's a nice light green. Oh, I love this piece. I want to work on it. It's going to go up on the chair. The priority projects. But also barely started. We have so many left in here. Oh my goodness. Next up is my Owl Forest Whale. This is what I have so far. Love it. I'm stitching it on 40 count truffle instead of the called for. I definitely will have enough of this to also do the cat on, because this looks like a fat quarter. Yeah, it's definitely not that big on 40 count especially. So I will probably do that and have 2 coordinating pieces. My needle minders are all sticking together. Okay. But once again, I really want to stitch on this. And it's going to go up on the chair. Next up is a wild violet that I really also want to stitch on. What a trend. This is All the Powers of Hell. This was her enchanted stitches inspired design. I forget. I don't know. She made it. It's Maleficent. I love Maleficent. It looks super cool. It's going to look even cooler once she has green flames. And, oh, I do have the color picture, color front cover. Oh, it's going to look so good. Oh, I don't know why. I definitely messed up. That bottom part should not be. Okay, I'm going to have to rip something out. So this has been super helpful already. It's going to look like this. Somehow I started cutting this border at the bottom over, but it definitely is not time to do that yet. So I will rip that out. That's a needle minder from my shop. This is a needle minder from Jen's shop, Delicious Threads. So cool. I love Maleficent. She is featured in the Villainous game as well. This chart it only calls for 310 and 907, and I got the Etoile 907, so she's gonna have glittery magic flames. And I'm stoked. Going in the barely started pile. Next up, another barely started. I stitched a little bit of this on a plane, and then I don't think I've touched it since, but it's Blackbird Spell of the Moon. It's so cute and little. I pulled maybe the called for, maybe not, threads, and I'm stitching it on tarnish. It looks like 40 count. Yeah. So barely started. I think this is when I had the best of intentions of like, oh, this is a little project with just a few colors. It'd be a great retreat piece. And then of course, like, didn't really stitch on the retreat. So barely started pile it is. Next up, we're still not getting rid of anything. Maybe we'll go back through the barely started pile. I think there's a lot of things I might not touch in a while, but that I don't feel like I need to get rid of. So I'm fine with that. This is one that Birdie bought me for my birthday because it's a giant orange Toby cat. And I stitched a little bit of it, and then I made a mistake and I put it away in anger. Stitching it on Ada. I started it during Stitch Mania. And I think I was stitching it in hand, or I was definitely stitching it. We were like out on the go and I messed up and I got mad. So it's kind of in timeout. So it's going in the barely started pile. Next up is one that I started and then decided to restart. This is a Soda Stitch Autumn Owls. I don't even have a cover picture printed out, but I'm going to stitch it on this maroon-ish fabric that I love, and I'm going to put it in the not started stuff because I did not actually restart it. Ooh, this is Matter's Choice. I feel like I'm very dark now. I lost all my light. Matter's Choice, I'm stitching it on probably a 40 count or a 36 count. I forget what it is or where it's from. I'm stitching it with Victorian Motto Deepest Blue. So it looks a lot like the cover picture. Oh, there's my Wild Violet needle minder. I can't get them apart. There we go. Yeah. So McKenna finished hers. I think Trisha finished hers. I haven't finished mine. I do really love it. I think I also started it for Mania, but this one I like actually worked on more. Maybe I didn't start it for Mania. I don't remember. You guys probably don't care. I'm gonna put it in the priority pile up there. Oh, this is one that Birdie asked me to do. It is a little, oh, it is not as started as I thought. It's a little bird. It's got a whole little like thing around it. It's a little box top design. I'm not even gonna take it all the way out. I'm just gonna put it in the barely started pile. This is a project that I abandoned because I did not like it. It's a modern folk embroidery piece, which is beautiful. I was gonna maybe do it as a wedding sampler. I decided I hated the colors I picked. I was using this like putty colored fabric and this light blue, you can see a little bit of it there, this light blue thread, and I just didn't like it. So I keep meaning to rip it off and get rid of it. Or reuse the fabric for something else, but keep not doing it. Ooh, this one is cool, but also barely started. A lot of these, like I did, you know, a couple projects for Magical Stitches on, and then I just didn't touch them again for so long. This one, I am putting it, you can't tell, it's a beautiful, buttery, creamy, yellowy deliciousness that the whale was supposed to be on. And I thought it was perfect for this. Do you know what it is? Of course you do. This is A Haunting Mermaid by Carriage House. Ooh, and I just love it. It's so mysterious and cool. A haunting mermaid mid the swell and rapture of the summer sea, a siren of elusive spell, born of the womb of mystery. Ooh. I don't know. Mermaids are not my thing, but I super love it. I'm not going to do the beads at the top, but I don't know. I like her. And I liked that fabric for her. But she's going to go in the barely started pile. Can you still see me? I hope so. This one is also barely started. This is Mildred's Garden House by Blackbird Designs. I pulled some Victorian mottos and classic color works for her. And have truly barely started. I'm stitching, this one I think is on Vintage Country Mocha. And I'm stitching it because my grandmother's name was Mildred and she loved to garden, and I just really love this pattern. So what more reason do you need? But it's going in the barely started pile. It is satisfying to throw things, like throw projects around. This is another Blackbird piece. I don't know if I want to do this one. This is Be Kind and True. I don't really feel anything looking at it. It's a red house. Got some cool birds. Got a nice saying to it. I have a Harry Potter needle minder with it. For whatever reason, I started with the house. I think maybe I was going to leave off the alphabet. Maybe I was just going to stitch the house. But do I want to? this has truly been helpful. I am stitching it on, I think this is the color and cotton fabric of the month. I was a member of that I was a subscriber for like, I think I got it every other month, but only like 2 or 3 times. And then I was like, meh. But it's this really lovely light green. This needle minder is from Delicious Threads. I don't know how I feel about this one. I just don't know. Oh, interesting. So far, this red for the house is Victorian Motto Garden Rose. It's the only color I've pulled so far. Yeah, I don't think this is me. So I'm going to get rid of this. Well, it's kind of, there'd be a lot of wasted fabric. I was going to say I could like stitch part of it and use like as a small, but there's not really enough of this that it matters. We'll see. Okay, I'll have to frog that. But yes, I'm getting rid of this. Not getting rid of. I am going to get rid of it, but I didn't mean it to sound so negative. I'll just put that up there for right now. Oh, this is another Delicious Threads bag. She's a genius. This is a piece that I love, that I've only really worked on like once and then for homework. It's Firebird by Gara. It's got gorgeous colors that are all tucked away. I'm stitching it on, what is this? Charcoal? Shadow. Ooh. Man, Ryan, your Space Santa Christmas postage stamps, also not the right name for it, would look really cool on Shadow. I like it a lot. I even have a moon there. How perfect. But this is a lovely little phoenixy, colorful, fiery bird thing. I love this bag that I have with it because it fits a very colorful project. I'm keeping it, and it's going in the Barely Started. We're getting close to the bottom. Thank goodness. This one I bought already started on Stash Unload, and then the chart that it came with was kind of beat up, so I found the chart on the freebie table somewhere, and I took it so I have an extra copy. This is Woodland Santa. I saw Lindy Stitches was working on this. I think she has since given it up, but I really love it. I love that he has a bunny. I love that he has a basket of vegetables. I just really love it. So I bought it. It was already started on Stash Unload. So I've already got Santa and his bunny and a bunch of stuff. And it's stitched on linen. It looks like it's stitched 1/2. So I don't love the coverage that she provided here, but I like it enough. But I'm just going to put it in the Barely Started because I haven't actually stitched on it. Okay, this is one I took from my mom's stash. It's a little wintry thing. I have barely started it. You can't see it, but I've done some of the border. I'm not going to take it out. I think I'm going to give this one up. I bought this on Stash Unload, the whole series of seasons. And then I started it in New Jersey. There were a bunch of people that were stitching this, and I got excited, so I kitted it up, and I do like the poinsettias. Oh, yeah. Okay, maybe I will keep it. I don't know. I just have a little bit. I'm just going to put it in the Barely Started for now. I really hope y'all can see me okay. It just looks so dark. Sorry. But I'm not sorry. This is Pooh Sticks. It just makes me so happy. I don't really want to take it all the way out of the bag, but I've got a little bit of the bridge done, and I think a little bit of like Pooh Bear's arm or something done. Not a lot. Barely started. This one I know is barely started, like truly, truly barely started. This is Herb Panel by Thea Governor. It's another kit that I bought at Hobby Lobby on clearance. Yeah, and I just love it because it also reminds me of my grandmother, and it's just really pretty, and is a little bit beyond like what I normally would stitch, a little bit beyond my comfort level. But don't worry, it's not too far beyond because I have barely started it. It came with Ada, and I think I might restart this on linen. It has 85 million colors, and I'm not going to work on it anytime soon. I started it for Stitch Mania. I actually, Birdie bought that kit as well because she got into stitching again in the last few months, and she was like, wait, what was that one piece that I really liked? And it had like flowers and herbs and stuff, and I helped her find it, and she loved it, and she bought it. She has not started, but maybe we'll stitch it together at some point. Okay, next up, Prairie Schooler Prairie Fairy. Got this at Stitch Shenanigans last year. Would love to actually finish it for Stitch Shenanigans this year because Mary and I were going to trade charts and also trade sweatshirts that are so much cross stitch, so little time. I'll bring it to you this year. Got the crow a little bit. I'm going to stitch on it. I'm going to put it in its bag. And then I'm going to stitch on it. Okay, this is one, I do just like it though. Okay, this is Hands On Design. It's a Halloween piece, which is not always my thing. The Shadow Moon, the moon is my thing. The Shadow Moon on Hallows Eve lights the way so ghosts can leave. Ooh. I'm stitching out in this glorious hand-painted teal delicious fabric. In mostly DMC, but then also in Color and Cotton. What is this? I think it's like a limited edition mottled gray for the moon, and I like that. So it's not urgent to stitch it, but I do want to stitch it, and so I will throw it over with the Barely Started. All right, next up, another Blackbird, one that I do truly love. This is Winter Wonderland. I don't know why I love it so much, but I do. I am stitching it on Barnwood. I know I've barely started it. I pulled some of the called for Gast. Is that helpful? Can you tell what I'm using? There's some Victorian Motto, some Color and Cotton, some Weeks, some Old Willow Stitchery, like just truly a mishmash of colors, but oh, I love that. And I have stitched a tiny part of the border. So guess what? That's right, Barely Started. Getting more aggressive as I throw these. I hope Birdie comes home while I'm still filming so she can see just all of this. It won't surprise her at all. Uh-oh. I'm sure that goes with Winter Wonderland. Okay. Next up, I have not worked on this in a while. I started this and then I started it before StitchCon and need to restart it. And I did restart it, but I need to work on it more. I bought for the first time ever Flosh, which is like a thicker single strand DMC situation in one of my favorite colors, 318. And I bought it to do a project in blackwork. This is a Works by ABC blackwork design. What is this one? Woven geometry in blackwork. She has it in cross stitch as well. My girl, Arlene, Works by ABC. And I was like, I want to try blackwork. I since have found I love blackwork. Love is a strong word for it, but I like having a blackwork project. And so I did it in Flosh, and I couldn't remember what count this fabric was. I thought it was 25. I think it's actually 28. It's too thick, and you lose a lot of the detail in that section, and there's a lot of that kind of stuff throughout the piece, so I was like, meh. So I restarted it using just a single strand of DMC. But it was a bummer to have to restart it, so I then took a break from it. But I do love it, and I do want to stitch it, and I do want to find another use for this Flosh, because I bought a whole hank. But it's going to go in the Barely Started. Okay. This one I'm going to just give up. That feels great. This is, I think I got this on the freebie table somewhere. It is a little Heart in Hand plum cottage. I don't know, I just probably thought it was adorable. For some reason, it's got a bunny. Actually, Stitch Shenanigans is like the week after Easter, so that wouldn't be as fitting. Maybe I could do it as my smalls exchange. That's my start. It's 12 stitches. Excuse me, 16 stitches. I pulled Victoria Motto colors for it, but I don't care about it. So I'm gonna quit. Cool. It comes with buttons. Great. Okay, we got rid of another project. Great job. This is not my skill set. Okay, last one. A beloved one. Mother Nature, Kathy Barrick. Got a moon. You know that's all I need. Oh, I hope she has some moons at market. I am stitching this on a Fabrics by LJ 16 count Aida in this gorgeous blue. Ooh, I love it. You can see I've done a lot of stitching so far. I pulled a whole bunch of colors that I liked. They are mostly crescent colors. Overall, I kind of matched what was called for, but just it's a little bit more vibrant. Ta-da! Getting blinded. Definitely going to stitch on it. Definitely going to keep it. I wonder... I think I'm going to put it in the barely started pile for now. It's got all those bunnies and birds. Like, I don't know. It just makes me happy. Okay. But she's going to go barely started. So we have now left behind me. Sorry about that. We have behind me this chair of projects that are either semi-close to being done, which is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 projects that are either small or really close to being done that I want to stitch on. Next to it, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's beautiful. Projects that are quite large and not all that close. There's a range here, but like, is it in 4 screws here, right? Yeah. Is it? No. Yes. What's over here? So not all of these are close because in a 4 screw is not close. But these are projects I really love and really want to work on. So I'm going to keep these 14 in this bin. And the rest I'm going to pack up as, like, don't touch them right now. Not until you finish some stuff or do stuff or something. And then maybe I'll go through them again and get rid of stuff. We got rid of one big project that I had not really started. We got rid of 2 little pieces that I hadn't really started. I guess I could just include I should include the thread with the fabric that I started these on. Because why not? I'll take those to Arizona. I'll probably list the Blackbird piece on... Ooh, getting blinded. Probably list the Blackbird piece on Stash Unload. I will think very hard before I start any of those kitted up things, especially the larger projects. But I don't really want to get rid of anything. I think I have a pretty good sense of like, I might have something. There were definitely things I had kitted up during Mania that I pulled out as like my Mania start and was like, no, I actually don't want to do this, and put it back and like got rid of the project. So I do have a little bit of discernment, maybe not necessarily with my stash acquisition, but with like narrowing things down once I've started or once I'm gonna stitch them. But I don't know, I like this stuff. So I'm gonna keep it. I feel no shame. I'm going to stitch what I want. And if that changes in a month from whatever I just said, that's fine. Happy stitching. Hope you liked this. Let me know if you have any thoughts on what I'm doing or what I should get rid of. I don't think anything, but if you think so, let me know. And hopefully this keeps me from buying stuff I don't need to buy. I have noticed lately I am really drawn to like little charts. Like I've been purchasing little charts. So I think that will help keep things in line around here. But we'll see what happens at market. Okay, goodbye.